Roseman ain't playing. He ain't playing. The Eagles secondary just got even better with the addition of Greedy Williams. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here. We got some Eagles breaking news again happening right now as we speak. The Eagles are making moves, and Howie Roseman is just showing you why he's the most dominant GM in the game. He is running circles around the rest of the NFL. Just look at what this guy can do with no cap space, and then look at all these teams sitting there twiddling their thumbs. They don't know what's going on, while the Eagles, their secondary got even better today. The Eagles just added former second-round pick Greedy Williams to their squad as a depth piece, and this is unbelievable. Unbelievable what Howie's doing. We're going to get into it in a second, but before we do that, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, most throttled Eagles content creator in all of the internet. Pause. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I appreciate all your support you give to me. All the new subscribers, we got a lot coming in. Thank you so much for giving me a chance. I really appreciate it. You guys are all the best. And all the old-timers, the old G's. I love you. I love all of you. Thank you so much for all your support. Now, this is you know, I thought yesterday was busy. This is crazy. It's like I make one video, upload the video, put it publicly, and boom, my phone goes off and Eagles make a move. Make another video to respond to that move they just made, public, release it, boom, another move. I can only imagine what the next move is as soon as this video is uploaded. It's crazy. Howie Roseman is keeping Philly 500 busy, but that's all right. I'm losing weight. I'm looking good. Felt, you know what I'm saying? I look like Denzel Washington. I got Hollywood calling people on autographs. It's amazing. It's a great thing. But, you know, Howie Roseman is the true star. This is Howie season, right? My gosh. All right, so let's talk about this. The Eagles, according to Mary Kay Cabot, I always say her name wrong too. She says this: former Pound Browns, not hashtag, cornerback Greedy Williams has agreed to terms on a free agent deal with the Pound Eagles. Source tells me the 2019 second-round pick out of LSU. Now, when he came out, a lot of us liked him, including myself. I thought he was going to be a good player. I don't think he's lived up quite to what we thought he was going to be. However, he's still young, and he still has tremendous upside. He's 6'2", 185 pounds. He's 25 years old. He only had 6 tackles last year, and that was basically about it. Victor Williams, shout out to him. He said the Eagles have agreed to terms with former Browns cornerback Greedy Williams. The 25-year-old has appeared in 39 games for the Browns, recording 12 passes defended and 2 career interceptions. Didn't foresee another cornerback move. Interesting. Now, let's address the big elephant in the room right now, okay? Because I know what the initial thought is, and it initially goes through my mind too. Does this mean they're not signing CJ Gardner-Johnson? Is this what this move is about? And I can never say 100% for sure. I can't say for sure. Do the Eagles look at Greedy Williams and say, listen, 6'2", you know, he hasn't been the most successful corner, but maybe if we moved him to safety, it's something he could play. Do they possibly say that? Yeah, we have to consider it as a possibility. Do I consider a strong possibility? No, I do not. I do not, because CJ Gardner-Johnson, I believe, is on a whole different level. Okay, just he's a more physical guy. The Eagles, they loved him when he was in college, and I don't think the Eagles did that to replace Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Now, could they do that, bring him in, and then draft a safety? I mean, anything is possible at this point. I don't want to just dismiss it, but But it's not what I think they're doing. I don't think that's why they signed him. I think this is a depth move, okay? You got two older guys. Well, Bradbury's 30, but Slay's older, right? So, those guys, the possibility of getting injured is always out there. And I think the Eagles probably, and this is just my opinion, they were probably and already have probably looked at the draft and said, we're going to go defensive line. We're probably going to go defensive line and not cornerback at 10. So we know we're not bringing in a rookie cornerback. Let's go bring in somebody else for depth. I think more than this meaning one way or the other, CJ Gardner-Johnson doesn't come back. To me, what this means more than that is I don't think they're going cornerback in the draft. I don't think so. I think this almost, in my opinion, guarantees that they're going to go defensive line. And it makes sense. You look at Jalen Carter, right? He sat out. He had his pro day, gained 9 pounds, didn't look good. The Eagles may be looking at this guy going, listen, we can work with Jalen Carter. We can get to him. We got friends of his on this team. We're going to bring him in if he falls a 10. And it looks like he's going to be a 10. We're taking Jalen Carter to replace Hargrave. So we're not going to go corner because the second first-round pick is going to be Bijan Robinson. But that's a whole nother story. I got you all riled up now, don't you? Don't I? Now you're texting in the comment. I see you writing in that comment section, 500, we're not drafting a running back, you moron. I see it. I love you guys. But I think this really has to do more with a depth piece at corner. And then I think this probably means they shy away from a cornerback in the draft. That's what I would guess. But we're going to find out soon. Once CJ Gardner-Johnson's off the board, then we'll know. I still, even if he's assigned somewhere else, I don't think this was necessarily for that, because I think they would have other options to go as safety besides Williams. I really do. But I think Greedy Williams, he's been injured a lot. He has a lot of upside. He was with the Cleveland Browns. Now you got him coming in, and he's going to play behind, Darius Slay and James Bradbury. It's a tremendous depth piece. No matter how you look at this, this is a tremendous depth piece. You're getting a second-round pick. Guy's 25 years old. And I really, really like what the Eagles are doing here. And I'm just scouring here just to make sure there's nothing that's popping up regarding, CJ Gardner-Johnson. Listen, all of us fans, we know. We're all holding our breath. We're all waiting. We want him. We feel like if you just land CJ Gardner-Johnson, everything else is gravy. Everything else is gravy. But you got to get him because he's such a vital piece. But nothing has happened yet. I just did a video, and you saw it talking about CJ Gardner-Johnson, how he just had his profile pick again was Eagles. He had an Eagles shirt on. Now it's gone. He probably saw everybody talking about it, and now it's a black round circle, nothing there. So who knows what's going on? But in terms of depth pieces, I like this move. I do. Avonte Maddox is another guy. We don't just have Bradbury and Darius Slay in the secondary. We also got Avonte Maddox. Avonte Maddox has been hurt quite a lot over the course of his career too. He doesn't always play a full season. So I think from a depth point of view, I think this is a great move. What does it say, though, about guys like McPherson? What does it say about Job? What does it say about some of those unrestricted free agents, undrafted free agents that they had on their team last year? Maybe they don't like some of those guys. This to me is more about depth than anything else. More than, a starter or CJ Gardner-Johnson. I really think that the Eagles are still going to sign CJ Gardner-Johnson. I believe they're working it out. I believe that everything that has taken place right now has been to set that up. And the Eagles, clearly, they want their defense, they want that secondary to be their strong point. That mixed, and listen, one way to negate some of the problems you're going to have at linebacker is to have a really good pass rush and a really good secondary. And the way I look at this secondary, with that pass rush is they should be pretty nasty. I'm hoping Desai, the new defensive coordinator, I'm hoping he's a little more aggressive than we got from Jonathan Gannon. I understand they're going to run similar schemes. I get that and whatever. But to me, what I want is more aggression. If he's more aggressive, then I think the scheme is fine. But, and people are going to talk about the Eagles. They lost these players, and how are they going to have sacks? Don't forget, you have 3 guys with double-digit sacks last year, okay? Still in your roster. Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat, and Brandon Graham. They all had double-digit sacks. So I don't expect this pass rush, although they lost Hargrave off of it, maybe it might not be as dominant unless Jordan Davis takes a big jump. It's still going to be pretty good. And his secondary is going to be really good. And it's got a lot of depth to it. And I think that this is a great move from Howie Roseman. I bet you it's really, really cheap. I bet you it hardly costs the Eagles anything. And if you're Greedy Williams, to come and learn behind those 2 guys is a good thing. It is a good thing. Now, with that said, Howie, let's get CJ Gardner-Johnson signed. Let's get him signed, and let's get this thing going. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, maybe tonight. We'll see if something else pops up. And, of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. I'm going to put this out there for you guys. I'm going to ask you, do you find it kind of interesting that the Eagles offensively have been very, very quiet, except for that running back? Do you find it a little bit interesting that they've been kind of quiet? I got a feeling offense in the draft earlier than people think. It's going to be quite a shock. Denzel Washington out.